Kunnen mensen met een fysieke beperking toch werkzaam zijn in het leger? Welkom bij Uitgelicht. Goedenavond. Hoe kunnen mensen met een beperking toch meedraaien in het normale sociale leven? Een vraag waar veel organisaties mee worstelen. In Israël heeft het Israëlische leger een speciaal programma opgesteld, waardoor mensen met een beperking toch hun dienstplicht kunnen uitvoeren. In de studio Daniel Defur, die met het programma meedraaide, en Tiran Attia, luitenant-kolonel bij de Israel Defense Force, die dit programma heeft opgezet. Mr. Attia and Mr. Defur, welcome in our show. Mr. Attia, I would like to start with you. We are talking about the Israeli army. And in general, if you're talking about Israeli army in the world, the reputation of the army is not very good. To say it even stronger, the International Criminal Court wants to investigate possible war crimes of the army. What is your answer to that accusation?
I think it is outrageous to consider the Israeli soldiers or the Israeli army as a criminals.
Why?
Since this is the most moral army in the world in so many ways that and to treat or to think of the Israeli soldiers as not as such moral. If we will take some examples, during the last, let's say, 20 years, we are having thousands of missiles that are being launched toward the Israeli population without no provocation whatsoever. And the Israeli soldiers that are coming and doing their jobs. And in so many ways, they are doing their jobs in an unbelievable situation. For example, if an ambulance goes from the Gaza Strip with a patient, and with this ambulance you see hundreds of ammunition goes with it.
So the ambulance is being misused for smuggling
absolutely,
weapons.
and many times.
Yeah.
And if we take, for example, in the last Gaza war, the Hamas hid, and it's a fact, in an UNRWA institutes and in schools and in kindergartens, ammunition. And those ammunition and missiles were being launched each morning toward the Israeli population, and I said without provocation at all whatsoever.
So you would say it's good that they are going to investigate, because then the truth comes out.
Doing the investigation, be fair with this investigation. This is what I'm asking, to be fair with this investigation.
Yeah. If we are talking about security issues in Israel, because Israel, the last few months, there has been a lot of security threats, rockets from Gaza, as you already mentioned, and also there is unrest at the border of Syria. How big are those threats for Israel?
Let's say our existing threat is coming from the circles of the Iranian and some of the Turkish regimes. And as for Gaza and the West Bank, this is not an existential threat.
Existential crisis.
They are being supported by so many hostile regimes like the Iranian that are pouring a huge amount of, it's not budgeted resources, and their only aim is to eliminate the state of Israel.
But Israel is being threatened by different sides of the country. So how is Israel able to cope with all these threats from different sides?
Look, you know that Israel is not a resourceful country. We don't have any natural resources beside our brain. And we are using it in order to protect our civilians. So if you take Israel and see everything that is being done and getting exported from the state of Israel, and you see this, for example, the aircraft that you see in this picture.
Yeah.
Would you believe that 40% of this electronic come from Israeli brain?
Yeah.
So medicine in so many places, in every time that all of those are trying to eliminate us. We are developing something in the humankind benefit, not only for the Israelis.
True. But is it a big challenge for Israel? Is it a big threat that Israel is really worried about?
The only threat that we have as for now, as an existential threat, is coming from the Iranian And their proxies, the Hamas and the Hezbollah and the Syrian regimes and all of the others, they are the proxy of theirs. And their aim is to eliminate the state of Israel.
Right.
And I believe that as long as we will be strong and moral in this region, we can survive in this region.
Right. In Israel, there is an army duty for everyone. Both men and women, or boys and girls, have to go to the army. Why is this?
At the age of 16, each guy, boy or girl, getting a letter from the government that says, prepare yourself. 2 years from now, you are going to give 2 or 3 years from your life in order to protect your country.
Yeah.
And everything is doing it, everyone is doing it according to his ability and the army needs. So why is that? Because still Israel is located
Yes.
in a very, very beautiful place
Yes.
in which God promised us this country, this land.
But young
And-
people are going to the army, and I'm turning to Mr. Defur. How important is it as a young person to be able to join the army?
It's, for me, it was and still is very important because it's my country, and if I want defend my country, who will, and also now I'm on the television wearing a IDF uniform, and you can't believe the impact that it does to me of putting on my IDF military uniform.
Does it mean a lot for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means a whole lot for me because every time I put on my uniform and every time I touch the Israeli flag that is on my uniform, here.
Yes.
Here it is. So every time I do those things, I know that I'm a person that is
You're serving your country, actually.
yeah,
Yes.
but not only that, that I feel that I'm someone that is bigger than myself.
Yes. You yourself are blind. Was it? Were you afraid you wouldn't be able to join the army?
Yes, I was very afraid because, when I got the letter that said, prepare yourself, from 2 years from now, you are not going to join the IDF, I was very, very, devastated.
Yeah.
Because really, it's my country. I want to serve it.
You also wanted to serve it. So, Mr. Attia, you set up a program for people with a disability to participate in the army, and the program is called Special in Uniform. Can you tell me what kind of program this is?
So Special Uniform is a program that enables people with special need to become part of the Israeli army. And as I said before, at the age of 16, you are getting a letter from the government that says, prepare yourself, 2 years from now, you are going to be serving 2 or 3 years in behalf of your country to protect and serve your country. And people with special needs getting the same letter in a negative perspective that says, you are not part of it.
And you wanted to change this, yes?
And we are going to change, and we are changing it while we are sitting here. Things in Israel are being changed.
Yes.
So people like Daniel can serve in the Israeli army like anyone else. So we developed a program by the name of Special in Uniform, and the program is a 3-phase program. First, to analyze each one's ability, because we believe that everyone has an ability.
Right.
Everyone has something to give. The second phase is, after finding those abilities, we are coming to the army and saying, look, those are their ability. Let's make a mix match with the army needs and make something out of it.
And third?
So they will serve in a meaningful service like any others, like all the others. And our aim is to see them as a productive member of the Israeli society after.
Yes. So Daniel, you have met Prime Minister Netanyahu. What was his part in your process of joining the army?
His part, I can't explain it in words. The minute that I told Prime Minister Netanyahu that I want to serve in the IDF, I think he was a little bit in a shock.
He didn't expect it.
Yeah. Actually, I kept the my dream of serving in the IDF as a secret from all my family, from all my friends.
And you told it to the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
And what happened then?
Then he contacted Special in Uniform and said, look, there's a blind person that wants to join the IDF. So, and then I think 2 or 3 weeks after that, I got a call from a Special in Uniform, and they invited me and my mom to an interview where I met Tiran.
Yeah. So how were you able, because you are disabled, you cannot see, how did you manage to change your disability into something positive in the army?
I want to say to you something very, very clear. The fact that I'm blind, it doesn't mean that I can't do anything. Because all right, I'm blind. What? Can't I serve on the behalf of my country? Can't I defend it?
So what do you do in the army?
I'm a counter. I work in a pharmacy area, and unfortunately, not unfortunately, I can't tell you what I'm doing. And I'm soon, in 5 months, I think, I'm going to get fully inducted to the IDF thanks to Special in Uniform, and thanks to this angel that is with us.
Yeah, I will turn to Mr. Attia, because what is the effect of the program Special in Uniforms in the lives of the people who are joining it?
Think of someone that to all his life he's getting a negative perspective to everything that he does. And the government sent him a letter that says you are not part anymore. It's devastating. So what we are doing is bringing them into a phase that they will have their self-esteem back in a way that they can do everything like anyone else. Why not? So the idea, as I said, is that they will be put in front. And not so long ago, people with special needs were sent to inappropriate places. And my vision, our vision, is to see them in any place like anyone else.
Yes, because now you are traveling around the world to promote this program. Do other countries also have such a similar program?
You are bursting into an open door. So last time I was in the Netherlands, I met Brigadier General Sabag from the Dutch Navy, and we discussed the idea how to implement Special in Uniform here in the Netherlands. And I will be more than happy that this model will be copied to other places. And more than that, there are 2, we call it units, within the US, in Richmond, Virginia, and in South Carolina, that they are going to implement the same model of Special in Uniform Israel, Special in Uniform USA.
Yes.
And I can tell you this is not a Jewish thing, it's a humanitarian thing.
It's a humanitarian
that people
thing,
with special need will be in front like anyone else.
One last question, very short. Do you have some advice for the people in the Netherlands how they can implement this program in Holland?
Absolutely. Think only of the positive things. Everyone has an ability. Let's impose this ability and boost it and empower it to a place that everyone will be like the others.
Thank you so much, both of you, for coming to the studio. Dit was Uitgelicht voor vandaag. Ik wens u een fijne avond. Morgen zijn we er natuurlijk weer. Graag tot dan.